Hello, Aqua again. Welcome back to FTB Unleashed. I've changed things around a little bit since last time. As I've mentioned, I put an annotation in the last video. You need this to be force connected to them there. So I've set that to force connection mode. So, like so, that should turn that on, as you can see there. So if we put it to normal mode, like that, it's still on. If you put it to force connection mode, it's turned off. So you need that on force connection mode for it to connect to the back of the MFSU. I've had a bit of a nightmare. I've put wireless redstone back in, and it was back in anyway. But I remade the wireless redstone doors, and I saved my server and tried restarting it. I couldn't get the server to restart. Curry's got a lovely hat on showing that Scotland's part of Great Britain, showing his GB proud there. Where to go? Where to go? Part of the empire. Lovely. I'm sure you enjoy seeing that there, Curry. I've added an extra couple of advanced information panels here. These ones have just got the sensor in, and the only thing that's turned on is the on-off status, because I've got a nice big on or off. And I managed, after I restarted the server, I managed to be able to type into them fan as well. So I've got no idea what was causing that. So there we go. That's the setup there is looking all right for now. It's looking all right. I actually wanted to. I've just been messing around. I want nothing to do there. Nothing? Yep, nothing. Cool. So let's get on with making some more bits then. So what I'm going to want is at least 2 of each item. So we've got 1 compressor, 1 macerator. Well, I don't know what macerators. We probably don't need that many macerators, to be honest. Certainly 2 compressors, 2 extractors. And we'll leave macerators for now. So let's start making these bits we need then. So let's do it here. So I'll make a few bits, and then we'll bang them together, and it'll work out where they're going to go. So I'm going to want a machine block. Thank you. And a circuit. So cables first. We've got circuits. Let me try that way instead. I ain't got circuits now, I must have used them all up. So I don't need circuits. So I'm going to need a good few of them. Let's get a nice stack of them. Circuits. So that should be everything. Yep. So there's our second compressor and then extractor. Should be nice and quick. So I want another machine block. Should have done that really, shouldn't I? And then we want 4 of these guys. We don't have no wood, so it's only 20 wood in total. Let's just make a shit ton of wood. And I want 1, 2, 3, 4 of them guys. Sling all that in there. And then our second extractor. So the reason why I want 2 of these is I'm going to want one that's got a MA export bus on it that we can put things in directly, and I'm going to want one that has a MA interface so we can have things that craft patterns go into there. So that's why I'm doing 2 of each. Then we're going to need a recycler. Lovely. So what do we need for that? So we need another compressor. A bit of glowstone dust. Okay, I should have known that then. Let's make yet another compressor. In fact, let's make that first. Boop, there's a recycler. And now let's make another compressor. So I want another machine block. And some more circuits. It's a pattern here, isn't they? And then another compressor, cool, and then a mass fabricator. Mass. So what's this going to need? This is going to need 2 advanced machine blocks, lapotron crystal, and 2 advanced circuits. Easy enough. So advanced machine blocks. So we need to try again. 2 more machine blocks. 1, 2. There's 2 of them. I've got plenty of the other stuff already made, the carbon plates and advanced all these things. Advanced crystals, advanced circuits. I mean, so normal circuit again. I don't know why I just make 60 out of them. Would be much simpler. And a Lapatron crystal, which is going to need 2 more circuits again. So what? Right, let's just stop dicking about Echo. Craft 64, thank you. We use plenty of them, that'll be fine. So a Lapatron crystal, and I'll make 1 of them. So do that in there as well. Craft a Lapatron crystal, please. Just the one I'll do for now. So now mass fabricator. There we go. There's our mass fabricator. Now it's been a while since I've done this without GregTech. With GregTech, the mass fabricator can take, I think, enough cobble from 5 cobble generators because of the amount of power it takes. Without GregTech, you can have multiple recyclers just feeding loads of scrap at it, but I'm not going to overdo it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build quite a few cobble gens though. I'm going to have like a bank of 6 maybe, feeding 1 recycler, which will then feed the mass fab. That's the plan. So let's get things laid out a little bit. I just want to check how things going in and out of these again, because I have to say it's been a while. I'm pretty sure our mass fab has things going in the bottom and out the top. So everything else pretty much has the things going in the top and out the bottom. Right, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to have my mass fab right in the middle, on the wall, like so. Is that the middle? That's the middle, isn't it? So there's a mass fabricator. So yeah, I think that goes in from the bottom, out from the top. But there's going to be scrap in it, so we want scrap to go in from the recycler. So what we can... What are you doing? What are you doing down, guy? It always stands exactly where I want to be. Right, let me play around a bit. I'm gonna what I do know is I'm gonna have 2 extractors over there. I'll have my 2 compressors over here. So that's going to be the start of it. So it's going to be extractor, gap, extractor, gap. So 1, 2, 1, 2, compressor, and then I'll bring that other compressor across. These, of course, all going to need upgrades. That'll leave me, I think, somewhere in the middle for the recycler. I'm going to have a little bank of cobble gens. So let's make the cobble gens. That's probably the next thing I want to do. So I'll start with 6. See how 6 feeds one overclocked mass fab. Now I'm going to run the mass fab off RedNet, off a level limiter. I'm going to try and fill one of these full of UU matter. I'm not going to make any more than that though. UU matter should come pretty quick once I can start making it. Right, let me get a few things together. I'll be back in a bit, and I'll see how I'm going to work this out. I'm going to weigh this up and stuff. Okay, so this is like the plan I've got to now then. I think I'm going to have a load of igneous extruders down the middle of here, like so. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. And they're going to feed into the recycler, which is going to have a power line from the top, and it's going to have a ME export bus that's going to feed into there. I could do that with a solid line. Really, I don't want anything. I could use something else for that then. Still not fully decided, as you can possibly tell. We're going to want input from the bottom on this, which is going to put water in them all, and we're going to want output to the top. I think we'll leave that as it is. It's about to get sidetracked though, because we're going to need not transformer upgrades. I've got some of them. We're going to need overclock upgrades for all these machines on the back wall, on the walls here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of sidetracking. What should I use for them? I may try the extra utilities. Transfer lands. I wonder how that'd work. What do you reckon, chaps? Let's have a quick look, see how that works. What I'm going to need as well is I'm going to need a bucket of lava in each of these. So these are all going to produce cobble, which is all going to get fed to the recycler there. So let's just do this then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Be the quickest way of doing that, isn't it? It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's always useful to have lava, even if you don't want to use it. It's a nice thing to have around. So each of these is going to get a bit of lava right in the face. Bam, like so. And once it's got lava in, I'll cock that up, didn't I? Once these have a curry in my face. What are you doing? What are you doing? What? Damn it! Always want to be on the camera, don't you? So this is, as you know, just going to start creating cobblestone. Now let's see if these transfer pipes work. Let's have a look. See, transfer pipes are something I've not used much at all, so I don't really know a great deal about them, or if you can upgrade the speed or anything like that. I think you may be able to upgrade the speed. I'd like to actually play with translocators from chicken bones, but not sure if I've got that yet. What am I looking for? Nothing in that bag. I'm looking for anything in that bag. I am looking for something out of this bag. And not in that bag either. I must have put them in the CME network. So I apologise for wasting everyone's time. I'll just go over here and look for pipe. These guys. Let's see how these guys work. Now, do I need a transfer node on each of these? Probably do, don't I? We'll soon find out. No, that's not sending things out of there, is it? Let's see about making transfer nodes. Transfer nodes must be needed, otherwise they wouldn't exist, would they? Transfer node. Let's think one of them for now. I think that's going to make me 2. It is. So let's see if this works. Part of the reason I'm going to see how quick they work as well. That's working. I reckon that's quick enough. Awesome. So let's make another 4 of them. Transfer node 4. And back in a minute for them. So do I need cables connecting these? No, they're all connected as well, which is kind of nice. So that will be my feed into there. And I may use these to go across there as well. I wonder if facades work on them. Probably don't, but I'll have a quick check. Because I check so you don't have to, as the saying goes. No, facades don't work on them. I think I already knew that. I think I already checked that. I apologise for checking something that I already knew. What am I doing? Put them back. Put them back. Get the transfer nodes. In fact, let's make another 1. Which means another 2. Leave 1 in there. Fuck off. So that... Where is it sending them all? Where are they going? Must be going somewhere. Do I have a buffer? Is it destroying them? I'm a little bit curious as to where things are going. So let's turn all this off a minute. So we're turning all the outputs off. So these should fill up but it won't go anywhere. So how much cobble can I get over here then? It's storing it somewhere, won't it? So it looks like it has a buffer. Weird. Could do with learning more about this stuff. I have to watch Direwolf Spotlight on it again. So it certainly seems to be putting some somewhere, doesn't it? I can't put that back in there, can I? I can. Let's bang that in there then, just until we're ready to go. That's full. Oh, that's full. It's like I've like cobblestones add to me. I could just bin this. If I put it in there, it's just going to get automatically binned, so I can just stick that in there, screw it. So then let's try a transfer node on the side of this. And into the bottom of this. So I'm going to either want to run it across the floor or under the floor. We'll see. And I guess now it's a case of getting some power onto this and see how it works. Could it be that easy? So I'm going to go straight from the front of this. I'm going to go kind of around the RAF lamp just to waste a bit of glass fibre cable. And before we connect it, I must remember not to blow that up. Oops, where am I going? Where am I going? Keep forgetting I've got access terminals. So I should have a couple of transformer upgrades in here. Oh, I haven't. Wonder why I haven't. I thought I made 2 of them. Okay, let me just check. Have I put them in there? No. Have I put them in there? Oh, I've lost the ones out of that. There as well. Everything's vanishing. That's because I didn't force wrench it. I did force wrench that and I got the one back out of that. Right, okay, let me go and craft a couple of them transformer upgrades and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back and this is the next day from when I did the last part of the video there. So things have started to change quite dramatically. First up, very bad news. Corey died. Oh no. I made some dark iron. Corey was stood over here. I made some dark iron ingots. So I made some iron blocks, set fire to them with the RAF igniter over here. As soon as I set fire to them, he come running across, stood in the fire, and burnt to death. God damn it. So I need to make a new Corey with some genetic engineering, like Dr. Moreau, is it? Anyway, I'm going to change this around quite significantly. What I'm going to do, I've got another reactor here, as you can see. I'm kind of going to do that kind of setup where I'm going to have the MFSUs at the bottom now, with the reactors at that level, so I can keep them under the window. And Cap's pointed out, or Monkey, as is known on YouTube, that I can use the gate condition off the MFSU to put the redstone signal on. So I'm going to use that one there. Space for energy, which so it's a capacitor symbol, but it's the same thing. Space for energy, redstone signal on. So that's what's going to turn my nuclear reactors on. And I can do I can use cobblestone structure pipes behind the wall there, and then facade them up. So I'm going to be doing that because gates is really cheap. So that's how that's going to work. So I'm going to have to redo all these things. These things, because I'm going to move them all. These things, you can recycle them a little bit. You get some circuits back if you put them in your inventory and break them. So suppose I could do one now just to show you. So that one there, I don't want to do one yet. Nah, I'll leave them for now. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, everything's changed. I'm about ready to start running this. The power's going to be running behind the wall there, so you're not going to see it because that's the MFSUs are going to be at this level facing the wall. So this is just temporary, but this is all going to be fully hidden once it's sorted. So what I've got over here is a mass of ME cable. MFSU, sorry, mass fabricator. One thing I didn't notice is there is a condition there, no amplifier, redstone signal. So that's awesome. So I was messing around with the wrong condition on earlier in the episode, but that no amplifier condition just means that whenever there's no amplifier in there, it turns it off, which is kind of awesome. And I've also set a level emitter. I don't want who needs more than 8,000 UU matter. So when we do get to 8,000 128 UU matter, so I have got storage cell downstairs ready for it. Then when we have got that, so there we go, look, I've got one, oops, I've got one for scrap, and I've got one for UU matter. Now the scrap one won't get any in until that one's full, then that one will fill up, and then anything after that is going to go into the trash can. So what I'm going to do, instead of putting things into the trash can, the things I get a lot of through my system, I don't really get a lot of excess cobblestone dirt and stuff. I get quite a few of these things from the sludge boiler, but things I'm going to get a lot excess of are things like that I can't really use, like 10k force saplings and stuff. So I'm going to turn all these into scrap. So this is going to become a scrap source, and I'm going to get rid of all these melons and a lot of this extra stuff that I'm probably not going to use, because my oak tree farm gets me enough oak, so I'm probably going to burn all this sakura stuff into scrap to make UU matter. So I might end up filling that up pretty quick as long as I've got power. Something I want to show you, the force sapling, by the way. If you remember, we've got a MFI unifier under the floor here. You can turn ingots into the other types of ingots. It also, if we get a sort by number, if we get an oak sapling, don't just work on ingots. Click on the right thing. It's under the chest, by the way, there, if you can't see it. We can turn 4 saplings into something completely different. The hell's that? It turned it into an oak sapling when I tried it yesterday. So you could turn your 4 saplings into things that can be burnt in other things if your 4 saplings don't work for that. Does that make sense? There was something I was using the oak saplings for that the 4 saplings didn't work for, but you can use a unifier. So you could pump things straight through there and turn them into your preferred type as well. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, oak saplings will make 4 saplings. I've got no real use for them, other than starting to make things in fermenters for forestry tree farms. I don't have any real use for stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bang them in there. What that's going to do is going to start sending in all these 10,000 force saplings through the recycler. So what I've set up here is, this is why I need some more dark iron. IC2 stuff needs things going in from the top, and I want to keep this kind of tidy. So I've decided I'm going to use routers on all the machines to send things into the top. Now it works fine with a precision export bus. So export bus into the router, and the router there is just insert into top sides, and I've got a bandwidth upgrade, so it moves a stack at a time. So what that's doing is that's getting things fed in for it from the export bus there, and it's putting them into the top of the recycler. Recycler's feeding scrap out into the system using the precision import bus, stacks at a time. I want that on. There we go. And then this is kind of complicated because I'm using 5 sides of this. A mass fab, it takes things in from the bottom, so we've got a precision export bus moving scrap as quick as it can. On the back we've got the power into it. On this side we've got the ME level emitter. On this side we've got the precision import bus, which is just taking UU matter out there. That doesn't need to be precision at all, actually. That would have been fine as a basic import bus, maybe use a little bit less power. And then on the top I've just got this cobble structure. I've had to use a top for this one, so it's got a cobble structure pipe with a gate there with that condition on it. There is a thing from Thalmic Tinkerer, by the way, that you can use more than 6 sides of a inventory, so I might have to look into that at some point, tidy things up a little bit. But one thing I do need to check is, I'm not sure if this is going to work when I've got a ME interface under it, because these are going to be, one's going to have a bus. So I've got 2 compressors, so one's going to have a bus on it and one's going to have an ME interface. So I need to see if the ME interface works with the router. If it doesn't, I'm going to need some machine fillers, which I'll explain when we get to. So this should be burning power quite nice, because it's going to go through that 10. Yeah, look. So I've used nearly 1 million out of that one. No, I haven't used 700k. So this is going to start burning through power quite quick, because I've got 10,000 force saplings to get through there. So while we're doing that, I am going to keep building this up. So I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4 routers, 5 routers with a macerator, 5 routers, 5 bandwidth upgrades, so let's make them. So I want 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Machine filter I've got a pattern for, but I've not actually made any. But I say I'm going to show you that when we get to it. I did make them because I thought I needed them for the bee stuff, but I didn't ended up needing it, so that's why I've got patterns in there. In fact, while we'll wait, I'll show you that really quickly in case we do need it. Machine filter, you need to make these things. You need to make steam turbine. Well, unless you've got factorization power anyway, the easiest way of doing it, if you've got a steam boiler, is make a steam turbine. You need this thing, a crystallizer, and you need a furnace heater. The furnace heater goes in between the steam turbine and the crystallizer to give the crystallizer power. So you're using the steam turbine to heat up the furnace heater, which then provides power to your machine that you're making stuff. And these are all the bits you need in your ME network to be able to craft the steam boiler and stuff. So you need a battery, you need some lead wire, you need a magnet, some insulated coil, a motor, a fan. So them things there go into making these things. And then you need these things in varium drops. And what invariant drops does, it makes a thing called a blank logic matrix. You see it crafts the thing there, the first thing on the list, that actually crafts blank logic matrix, and that goes into this pattern. So this machine filter needs a logic matrix identifier, which is that thing, which needs a blank logic matrix, which is made in that thing. So I can show you that in action, because I am making some just in case I need them. So because I'm using steam boilers to do this, I've got a little setup up on top of the boiler here. So there we go, there's a steam turbine. So that's spinning because it's taking power from the steam boiler here. It's heating this furnace heater, which in turn I've got powering this crystallizer. And in there I've got 1 water bottle, and I've got 2 stone, and I've got stacks of 2 in varium. I think this will do 4 at a time. So once this gets full, it takes about 20 minutes. That should pop 4 blank logic matrices into there. I think that's how you do multiple ones, but I've never done that before. I've only ever done 1 at a time before. The water doesn't get used up, the stone and the invarium does. So I'm going to see if that works, and make some of them just in case we need them. But we might not need them, so that might all be a little bit moot in a minute, but we'll see. So let's get router. 5 of them. 5 of them, and I'm going to want something else I need to do as well, I need to get on with, is making a liquid crafter, because we need to be able to craft coolant cells in the ME network. So precision export bus, router, precision export. So 2 precision export buses. And I'm going to decide later what the macerator needs. I don't know if the macerator is going to need a precision export bus or a interface, so I'll have to work that out. And we only want 2 interfaces, so I might as well do that. At the same time, so this is going to do all the auto crafting of things that require IC2 machines, like compressor, where you need advanced alloy, for example, needs to be crafted through a compressor. That's the only place that you can put it through. So that's going to connect to that, insert into top sides, and that's going to want bandwidth upgrade on it. In fact, I might as well place all these, don't I? So let's spread this out one further, so I need to pick that one up. So these not powered at the minute, I don't think. Where's it at? Right, I want to change that. It's going to be powered up from the back anyway. So that needs to be moved in one. Where's our power going? Going quick. It's going quick. And how are we for UU matter? 57, that's pretty cool. We can start making some quantum stuff pretty soon, I think. Or at least we can upgrade our solar panel. Fair stuff anyway. So we'll start adding the patterns for that in a minute. I'll just sort this out and then we'll start adding the patterns for that. So I want my wrench. I'm not going to do my force wrench because I end up having to relog anyway. I'm going to take them out, pop that off, and then just put that block down in a minute. So I want bus, router, boop. So that extractor is going to go there, put its transformer upgrades back in, and then I can connect its power behind. There we go, so that's that connected. Get rid of that block, put that back there. Are these two connected? I don't even know. Nope, they're not. Okay. Can't even bloody see. Okay, that one is connected. That one is not. So, Scottish transformer upgrade, yep. Always make sure you check for your transformer upgrades, people. It saves you blowing shit up and having to remake it. So there we go, that's that connected. We can cover that up. I'll put that there for now. So we're going to have a router there. And gap, router, machine, gap. So there's going to be one extra gap in the middle. That's fine. Kind of tidy, isn't it? Yes, I'm going to leave that one for now until I know where the matter rate wants to go. One of them can go in there. And shift click these things. Bosh, bosh, bosh. So I guess it's time to see if interface works. Bus. Okay, something's happened because it hasn't crafted me another bus. I asked for 2. So we've run out of something. Something else I need up here is a crafting monitor, I think. Because I keep having to go downstairs to find a craft to see what's happening with the crafting monitor. What's stuck here then? What we're missing? Nothing according to that. Fluix dust. Nether quartz dust. I've got patterns to make both of them, I think. Let's have a look. Nope. Oops, spelled it wrong. Can craft fluix dust yet, and then nether quartz dust I should be able to craft as well. Craft nether quartz dust, so it should be doing that. Make sure nothing's jammed up in the powered furnace up here. That's okay. Ooh. Do I make that in there? Oh, I do. I make it in the pulverizer. So that should be doing that. That should all be fine. Why has it not done it? Hang on. Sword craftable. It hasn't done it. Weird. Bus. Didn't make the bus though, did it? Making the bits it needs. Should be fine. Should be fine. So yeah, the test here is to see if. So I want cable running under there. We want a ME interface there. And we want to see if what the interface puts in will send things into there. So we need a pattern crafting that says what do we need? We need carbon. Craft one of them, and mixed metal ingot. Let's craft one of them, and we want an advanced alloy for, and we want carbon plate as well. And one of them equals one of them. So a couple of patterns here. We want 4 mixed metal ingots. Well, in fact, we want 1 mixed metal ingot mix. Does one make one? Just double check, make sure we're doing that right. One does make one in the compressor, there we go. One of them makes one of them, pattern, and then one of them makes one of them, pattern. Wonderful. These, yeah, that's right, isn't it? No, we don't actually have to do that. Let's do this as a test. We could actually just do that by making sure that mixed metal ingots gets told to go to there. So I am cocking this up a bit, aren't I? It's stuff like uranium into uranium, refined uranium I want in here. But let's do this as a test. So let's put a pattern there. And put that mesh in there. I'm going to say I want it to craft carbon plate. And I put the wrong thing in. No, I haven't. Carbon plate. We're not connected. We're not connected. I'm an idiot. Now we're connected. So craft carbon plate. Begin. Just put it in, so that's good. And set it into top. So it hasn't dragged it back. So that maybe it doesn't need the machine filter after all. It hasn't dragged it back into the interface there. So I'm hoping that the router only interacts with the compressor is my issue with it. So right, I'm going to check the episode length. I'll be back in a bit because I don't want to run too long, and I'll see how it's going. Here we are back again then, and them 4 saplings didn't last long at all. They're gone really quick. If you're looking here now, we've got 0 4 saplings, so they've all gone. And if you look at UU matter, we've only actually got 65, so that goes through that in a hell of a rate, doesn't it? We're up to about 37 minutes. I'm going to spend the rest of this episode upgrading that solar panel, I think. So I'm going to put a pattern in there for that. So let's go grab our solar panel off the roof. I've tidied this lot up, so these have all got the routers and the covers, import buses on them all there. Is that an import bus? Yeah. That's looking kind of tidy. I've added 2 recipes into here, so I want to see if they work. So if you look in there now, we've got dense copper plate and the refined uranium. So if we look at our refined uranium, we've got 52. Let's craft one. And that should craft to 53. It's going to be a little bit slow because I've not put transformer overclock upgrades in that yet. But, are you going to go to 53 or what? Is it possibly an or what? Let's have a look. Let's try that again. Craftable. Let's ask for 10. See what happens. I'll check in here. So things are not getting into there. So what I think might be doing, it might be that these actually need a machine filter. Let's try that then. So the thing that actually didn't work across in the steam room, laser driller room. So I think there is a way of doing multiple ones of these at once, but I don't think I've done it right. So when that finished, there was only one in there. So it's gone through a second cycle again. So I've got 2 of them, so that's good enough for now. And what we can do with these, is we can add a pattern to make logic matrix identifier. Oh no, we've already got that, haven't we? So we'll throw them in there. We should now be able to make a machine filter. Let's ask for a couple of them. Will it make them? So we've got the pattern for that. What's that? One of the quartz. Is that right? Another quartz. I thought it used spider eye. Let's have a look. Machine filter, and in that goes damn thing. Weird that, innit? You click on that, it's clicking on the thing. I'm not actually picking them up, just in case you're wondering. The problem is, what's going on there is that thing was sat behind there. That little options button was sat behind there. Weird. Logic matrix identify. Oh, it does use a blank, yeah. That's probably my issue. I don't think I've got one of them sat in the system. There we go. Logic matrix program it. Stick that in the system. Now it should work. Always making a mess. That's still trying to make 11 of them, innit? So something's not right there. Something is not right at all. Can we have one of these, please? There's my issue. I was on bloody craftable only, wasn't I? Let's cancel that one. Right, so if I put these machine filters into the ones above the interface, I think that's my issue. I could be completely wrong here. I'm going to put a machine filter in there. Now I can click on that, and I want it to just visit compressor. So now I'm going to cancel that uranium job and send it a fresh one. Looks like it's gone anyway. No, there it was. Let's cancel that, and let's ask for some fresh of that uranium, uran, uranium, etc. Craftable. So let's ask for 10 of them again, and this time they should be going up. Let's go have a look in the compressor, see if anything's happening. It looks like it's working. So there we go, we've got them in this time. Wonderful. So I think they're doing the machine filter. See, when I click the machine filter in there, so which is my one with the ME interface, is it that one? No. Oh, they're connected yet. It's that one. So machine filter, shift right click into the router there, and so the first click it says I can just do it so at the ME interface. That's what I don't want it to touch. So I'm telling it to touch just the extractor, so it'll just touch that and not that. So that's where your machine interfaces come in as handy. So that, I don't think that would have worked about that. I could be wrong. I might have had it set up wrong. But I'm fairly confident that that's what we need to do. Right, so the next actual thing is, what did I say I was going to do? I said I was going to do one thing, but I actually need to do another. I need to make some overclock upgrades for all these. And for that, I need to be able to craft coolant cells. And coolant cells require water. So them coolant cells there require water, but what we can do is we can make a thing called a liquid crafter. Well, these will be coming up in an episode soon as well. These are extra trees items: lumber mill, woodworker, and panel worker, and they can make all these funky patterns on your wood. So I've made them. I'll show you how I made them at some point in the future, and we'll get into making some fancy wood for the Japanese house. I'm going to replace all the spruce with fancy patterns and stuff. Anyway. So yeah, liquid crafter. This guy here, it requires a redstone pulse as well, so it's going to take a little bit of crafting this, I think. Hopefully the episode won't run too long when we're making this. I've got any liquid ducts? I've used them all. I think I've used them all. We've got 6 in there, that's okay. So what else do we need? Right, let's do this. We need a machine filter frame. What else are we missing? We're missing the bottom and the top. We need a crafting table. Oh. Let's just make a crafting table, damn it. And what was the bottom thing? The bottom thing, oh, pneumatic servo, of course, oops. Clicked on the wrong thing. knob fingers, pneumatic servo. So now we can make a liquid craft it. There we go. Now this is going to want a tesseract, which we've got because I had that little setup with the Ignis extruders that I'm not using at the minute, and I think this is going to need a redstone pulse to work properly. But what we do with this is we put this down, we put a template in here, so the template is going to be a coolant cell. So let's make one coolant cell. Do we have a pattern in there for coolant cells? We did. So there's one of them. Let's make it up in a minute because we threw some water cells in there, of course. We could make 24 more of them, but I believe that's all we need to do for that. So if this is getting water, is that right? So if we've got some tin, not tin, some cells. Making everything complicated. We've got some empty cells. Ah, right, I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing. Right, so I don't want that there. What I want is cell, 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 cell. A bucket of water in the middle. Bucket of water there. No, don't work. Tin, bucket of water. Right, tell you what, back in a bit. Okay, I've completely blamed the hangover. I don't know what I was doing. I was putting cells in there, and I don't need cells at all. I need iron. I need tin ingots in there. So you put the right pattern in there instead of one that makes no recipe. Get rid of that, and put in the bucket of water there. We've got 10k coolant cell in the template there. So now give that a redstone pulse when you've got items in there. It'll craft you one. Wonderful. So I'm going to wire this up. They don't stack, of course they don't. They don't stack. So I'm going to see if I can wire this up to import coolant cells into the system. And it's a lot of work, isn't it, just to save a bit of tin. Right, I'll set this up. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I totally sidetracked myself. I was going to do the solar upgrade, but it's nearly 50 minutes now, so the solar panel upgrade will have to go into the list. I need to update the list. I'll start that at the start of next episode as well, with a updated thing that we need to do, because nuclear reactors and stuff can come off there. What I've done though is I was setting up this coolant cell crafting. What I want is some tin. So I just want to finish the episode with this. Now, I did have a coolant cell recipe there. That was just a basic craft recipe in the Mac that said craft that with 4 tin ingots and a water capsule. I'm going to get rid of that recipe because I'm not going to use that. Boop. And that can go back in there. What I'm going to say is 1, 2, 3, 4 tin ingots creates us a coolant cell. And this is of course an override recipe. That's for an ME interface. So I can put them in there. And up here I've set, oops, gone too far. I've set this up here. I've destroyed the workshop overseer. I've covered his arms up so it doesn't look like a robot anymore. What I've got here is a liquid crafter. Behind the liquid crafter is a liquid tesseract feeding it water. In it is the template with a tin in the water bucket there. So this side is a basic import bus that's just going to suck out any coolant cells it makes. This side is an ME interface, so that's going to go in there. And underneath there's a redstone clock. I just brought the bloody ME cable. Underneath is a redstone clock from Extra Utilities, because this needs a redstone pulse to work. So that's what that's going to do. That's going to keep constantly pulsing that. But there's nothing in there at the minute, so nothing's working. But if we were to come over across here and coolant cells, let's just take all them out in a minute and say craft me 4 of them, what it should do is it should spit the right amount of tin into here to craft them. There we go, and get sucked into the system. So there we've got automated coolant cell crafting. Excellent. I made 5, not 4, so they can all go back in, which means we've got automated overclocker crafting, because overclockers of course need coolant cells to make, so let's make another 10 of them, and that'll start getting crafted using our cables and stuff like that. One thing I need to get on with is I need to get a pattern to craft rubber in the extractors upstairs. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this episode there. Hopefully it was enjoyable and not too derpy and jumping all over the place. It's been a bit hectic last couple of days. I'm going to try and calm it down next episode, and we'll do the solar panel upgrade. I'll change the reactors around off camera. That upstairs should be getting pretty good. We'll start making loads of UU matter. What I'm going to do quickly before I go, just let you know, is I've got an ender chest here. Things like melon I don't want. I'm going to come on, what's the quickest way of doing this? Signal off. Signal off. I'm going to start pumping all these melon into my network, which should send them all into the recycler. So we'll look, are you recycling melons? You are. So we're finally using the melons. I should smash the melons up first really, but I'm going to get rid of all that wood and stuff like that. So that's going to start sending scrap into there. It's going to start using power, and there we go. So yeah, hopefully it was enjoyable, and hopefully stick around and join me next time. Cheers, bye.